Hello everyone and welcome back to Animation Pilgrimage, the show where Tennille and I take a look at every single theatrically released animated film in chronological order. I'm Whitney.
I'm Tennille.
And today, we are in the year 1970 because we have a Toei animation film that we haven't watched yet.
I mean, there's actually several. I'm surprised at how many Toei films are kind of inaccessible to us, because it's like a big company.
I mean, we found most of them at this point, but
yeah.
There are still one or two, which includes the movie we're watching today, which is 30,000 Miles Under the Sea.
Yeah. Not to be confused with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah, because they're not the same thing.
No.
This is not an adaptation of that.
No. This is not the Jules Verne, the Jules Verne classic.
Yeah. I do want to say thank you to Orbited Star and a couple of other translators for finding and then translating this movie. And in fact,
thank you very much.
I have those translators' names. They are Janosuke and Malkov. If I pronounce those incorrectly, I'm sorry, but thank you so much for translating this movie.
Thank you. And I actually really enjoyed this movie quite a bit.
Yeah, it was fine. I honestly just found it fine.
Yeah, it's a perfectly decent Toei film.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing offensive about it for once.
For once.
It's nice when movies don't have gross elements to them.
Right. Yeah, I thought this one was cute, charming, decently well paced, just kind of like a fun little adventure film. It has enough inspirations from the Jules Verne novel and just Jules Verne novels in general, where it's got kind of that turn of the century tech and building monsters kind of sci-fi element that I understand why they named the movie this. It's more of an homage to that kind of thing, but obviously it's not really telling that story.
I need to let you in on a secret.
Do you not know anything about Jules Verne?
Yeah, that's correct. If I've experienced Jules Verne stuff before, I did not know it was associated with Jules Verne.
He's also the author of Around the World in 80 Days.
Okay, that makes sense. Did he also do Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Yes.
Okay. Because I've watched a live action adaptation of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Okay.
And 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm familiar with these IPs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I get. Okay, yeah. Now that I have a little bit more
context,
I can see. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's do a plot synopsis. And also, because this is the first Japanese film that we are watching in a long time, I just want to let people know that we will not be showing any video clips because the Japanese government and companies thereof don't
really
care.
Have copyright laws.
Yeah, they don't have copyright laws. So to protect ourselves, we're just going to show screenshots.
Well, actually, they have copyright laws. They don't have fair use laws.
Yes.
That's a better way of putting it.
Yes, they don't have fair use laws, so they do not care if we show less than 10-second clips of their film. They will strike us if they find we get too popular.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're just going to show screen caps of specific
things,
images that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the movie starts and the main character is just doing things already, instantaneously.
It kind of starts without, it starts pretty abruptly, but you figure out what's going on pretty quickly. It does feel like it kind of randomly starts 5 minutes into the movie.
The pacing is the worst part of this movie, because things just kind of change and suddenly we're doing something else.
Yeah, but I appreciate it over the pacing that's just so slow and you're just get on with it already.
The main character's father is an ocean scientist man.
I thought for sure he was going to die.
Yeah, I thought he would die too, but he didn't.
He didn't. Mm-hmm. He survives the whole film.
So, the very beginning of the movie is him just showing him ocean stuff. And it really doesn't matter. So the real plot starts with the main character playing soccer on the lip of a volcano with his pet cheetah named Cheetah.
You know, as you do.
Yeah, of course. Like, it's fine.
Didn't you play soccer near a volcano with your pet cheetah?
Oh, directly on the lip.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where else?
Mm-hmm. Well, while he's up there, there's a tour group talking about volcanoes. Because it's an active volcano, but not, like, actively erupting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he meets a girl there. And she's got weird anime hair.
She's a fish.
Shh. Don't give it away.
I thought she was going to be a mermaid, but I was disappointed. I mean, she's kind of a mermaid.
Kind of. We'll get into it. Hold on. So yeah, he meets this girl. And then a giant robot Godzilla that they refer to as a hell dragon pops out of the volcano and starts wrecking shit and vaporizes most of the tour group. So, you know, we got like a body count already.
Yeah.
The main character and the girl get away, and then the dragon falls back into the earth and is gone. Mm-hmm. So the girl takes him to her special shell-shaped ship and takes him to Atlantis. I mean, the underwater kingdom. I don't know that they ever give it, like, a real name.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's just a bunch of people living on the bottom of the ocean. They're not mermaids because they still have to breathe air, but they just live at the bottom of the ocean.
They're mermaids.
They give us a little bit of backstory on their society. She is the princess, by the way. She's the princess of this group.
Underwater kingdom.
Of course. Thousands of years ago, they used to live on the surface with actual dragons. And they were peaceful creatures. Mm-hmm. And then an evil king's like, I'm going to use these to conquer the earth. And then the dragons are like, how about you don't? And then they went on a rampage, and the kingdom sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Where they've stayed
very Atlantis.
Yeah, very Atlantis. Stay there for all eternity. Mm-hmm. Or whatever. And that's why they live down there now. Mm-hmm. Anyways, they're like, hey, your parents are probably worried about you, kid. You should go home. So on the way home, they see another hell dragon walking around under the water. So they follow it, and then it sees them, and it chases them. They ended up in a cave, and then in this cave, they find the descendants of that evil king from so long ago, and they've made a robot hell dragon to take over the earth.
Multiple, actually.
Well, yeah. They actually made like 1 million of them. That's not true, but they made a whole bunch of these.
An army.
A whole army of them. And now they start terrorizing the earth, and like they destroy London and Moscow and New York and Japan, and like they're just deploying them everywhere through volcanoes. Right. Or the earth in general. Mm-hmm. And obviously this is bad. So the underwater kingdom goes to war with them. Stuff happens. And then the evil king recalls all the dragons to fight the underwater war instead, because that's more important to him. Right. And then the main character and the girl escape.
And the cheetah.
And the cheetah's there.
And her 2 sidekicks.
Those don't matter. Eventually, they fight the evil king, and they recall all the robots back to the underground kingdom, which is where these guys live, and then he has them self-destruct, essentially. Yeah. And they blow up and make all the volcanoes go off all over the earth, and there's massive earthquakes and probably an even larger body count, but the bad guys are dead. It's fine.
It's fine. It's all good.
So the boy and the girl hold hands in a very romantic way, and then they say, goodbye. We saved the earth, and now you need to go back to living on the surface. Yeah. The end. Mm-hmm. No kiss or anything because they're like 10, so like cool. I appreciate that. Yeah. And
I said earlier that the dad didn't die, but who knows? Maybe the dad did die.
We never actually see him at the end of the movie.
Yeah, the mom and dad kind of disappear like
halfway through.
Because they go off trying to find their kid, and
then we don't see them after everything's resolved.
Then we don't see them anymore. So
but presumably he's going home to see his parents. So who knows? Yeah. So like the animation was pretty good. Mm-hmm. The art direction was pretty standard Toei fare for the time. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
the animal sidekick was cute and fun. There's some really fun animation near the beginning of the film where the cheetah and the boy are playing soccer together.
Mm.
And, like, the animation's, like, just really fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of time spent just, like, floating around in the ocean exploring fish. And I'm not a big fan of the ocean or fish, so, like...
I think your mind might exaggerate how much time was there.
I don't know.
Was spent there.
They did it
Because, like, they do it a couple of times, but usually it's like, whoa, look at this cool sea thing, and then it, like, moves on.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, otherwise, the only thing I really have of note for this film is it was directed by Takeshi Tamiya. And the story was by Shotaro Ishinomori.
There you go. You got it.
Ishinomori, who is the creator of Cyborg 009, the Super Sentai Team, Power Rangers, and Kamen Rider.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know if we had ever gone over this before, but I guess the guy who created Cyborg 009 and the guy who created Super Sentai Team, which in the US becomes the Power Rangers, are the same guy.
I thought Super Sentai teams were a genre. Did he create, like, one of the first ones? I know Kamen Rider is, like, a Sentai team.
Right.
So...
Well, based on the Wikipedia page I read, it said that he's also the creator of Super Sentai.
He might have just been, like, the progenitor of the genre.
Maybe.
With, I don't know, something like Kamen Rider or something. Mm-hmm. I know Kamen Rider is still going today.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. It's not something that I view. I just... I know people talk about it. It's in your cultural
osmosis.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Well then, that's interesting.
Uh-huh, yeah. Yeah, and I think this is a very fitting story, like, for this guy, based on other things that he's done, you know?
Yeah.
Very much in his wheelhouse.
Yeah. Well, that's neat. So yeah, I'd say watch it if you want, or don't. It's not like you're gonna miss out on a lot, but it could be enjoyable.
It's a cute Toei film, but you know, it's pretty lighthearted fluff. If you're looking for something a little serious, that's not going to be this. But you know, it was fine. Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, next time.
Next time, we're going back to Italy. I also want to apologize. Our last episode on the 1968 Italian film, we're like, we don't watch a lot of Italian movies. And it's like, no, we've watched like over 10.
Yeah, it's like, that's quite a few.
That's incorrect. We have watched a number of Italian films in many different genres.
I can't believe we forgot about, like, Allegro Non Troppo and all the Mr. Rossi films.
And King Dick. Like, there's a lot of Italian films. There's a lot of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, next time we're going to watch another Italian film from 1972. Mm-hmm. We are going to be watching The Adventures of Pinocchio.
Wow, Pinocchio!
Yay! See you then.
びっくり砂の中クラゲぶったまげて飛び上がるドカンとドカンとサメにぶつかる